to eat. You have to go earlier and fly farther to find them. One reason why they come out early enough to get caught by hawks, and I think the reason we haven't seen any hawks are disappearing over there, and the hawks are probably showing up after you're beyond where you can see them here, because they're probably hawks catching them.
Is that why they're coming out so early, is because of the heat?
Well, they're coming out so early because 2/3 of a night's mass of insects comes out in the first 3 hours. So if you're not out there real early, you may miss a good share of the night's feeding opportunity.
Merlin, how fast can these bats fly?
Excuse me?
How fast can these bats fly?
100 miles an hour with tailwinds.
Is that faster than a cheetah?
What?
Is that faster than a cheetah?
Well, a cheetah doesn't get to use tailwinds.
Merlin, are there any adult species that use this cave too?
Are there?
Any adult species in Mexican freetail that use this cave?
These are all Mexican freetails.
Okay, no adult species.
Well, they're what we used to call Mexican freetails. Now they're called Brazilian freetails.
Is it the only species? Only species?
There are, in wintertime, a very few tricolor bats in the cave, and there may be some cave myotis. Cave myotis are in bad trouble in Texas. They've lost a lot of their cave roosts because people have just bulldozed them under in building projects or have allowed brush to overcrowd the entrances so that the bats can't use them anymore without getting eaten by a lot of snakes that hang in bushes.
Is the supposition that the bats can fly to areas that have had rain, that is within their distance per night to go to different areas of Texas, more coastal?
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Okay. Is it a supposition that the bats can fly each night to areas of Texas coastal that have had more rain?
I believe they do. In fact, let me tell you an interesting story that happened, I believe it was 2 years ago. One evening, the bats came out so early that when I got down there to photograph them, they had already been gone for nearly an hour, before sundown. That was the earliest we'd ever seen them leave the bridge. But I found out that night there was a big cold front coming, and it was out just far enough that if you left an hour before sundown, you could intercept the cold front, and the cold front is pushing massive numbers of insects ahead of it. So if you can catch it just right.
Oh, there.
Where's the albino?
Yeah, the albino's out.
Oh, I see him.
So if you get in front of the cold front just right.
You see it?
I did. I've lost it.
Yeah. Where? It's gone.
Anyway, you get a feast if you can get ahead of the cold front. But if the cold front passes you before you come out, you wait for normal dark time to come out, then you chase